Alright, welcome everybody to D&D Amongst the Giants, session number 29 at the Desert's Edge. Are you guys ready?
Yes. Hopefully everybody's here.
Yeah, I think so. 5? Yeah. Yep, everybody's here. Alright, well, let's recap here. So as combat came to a halt and Harshnag falling to the worm, which would transform into a storm giant, you watched as the storm giant would turn to face Stronmus and take the adamantine trident into its hand, touching it to the rune on the archway and walking through the portal leading to the Oracle. Our last session started with the party completing its mad dash towards the exit of the Eye of the Allfather. Tired and beaten, Caelitis would continue to be wounded by the fallen debris and would feel his life begin to fade. But with one last push, Caelitis' body would make it out, but his rescuer, Perrith, would be trapped beneath the rubble. They would spend a bit of time digging and chipping away at the rock of the collapsed mountain that stood before them, but ultimately came to realize that very little was going to happen to be able to free him or her from this current predicament. Turning away, a bit dejected and defeated, the party would retreat once again to the airship. Through some discussions with the dragon cultists aboard, they would provide a bit of insight into the situation that had transpired. The worm, one named Emrith, the doom of the desert. She lived in the desert to the east, Anarok, and is not only a shape changer, but a very powerful spellcaster. And her appearance within Kloth's domain is almost seen as a transgression amongst the cultists and their master, and one that they feel is not going to go unheard for very much longer. The party would begin to make preparations to head to the southeast and heading in the direction of the city of Everlund. And it was here that the party would browse the markets a bit before making their way over to Moongleam Tower. The tower, heavily occupied by members of the Harpers, guarded by mages and other just random militiamen, and hundreds of Tressum all over the place. Would be the meeting point for the party to meet with a wizard known as Krowen Valharrow. Remembering that they had a gift to bring him, a clockwork dog made by the gnome Thwip on their way, that they met on their way south at the beginning of their adventure. They presented it to the mage, and with a bit of a chuckle, he told him to place it with the others and even offered a mechanical pet to each of them in return. Crown would tell our adventurers that he was well aware of their plight and them wanting to stop this giant problem that has begun to spread across the Sword Coast. With the offer of sponsorship to the party, Krowen would grant them access to a group of teleportation circles used by the Harpers, along with giving each of them a pendant to show their affiliation to the organization itself. He would also promise some supplies and a few things to help send them on their way, but needed some time to pull all of that together. And with that, you were set back out into the city, departing from Moongleam Tower with a promise by the Harpers to procure some items for your travels, and with a note in your hand, which is where we start tonight's session. If I'm cutting out, I will make some adjustments. I don't know if it's maybe the fan or if I'm just really far away. Let me know, guys. Give me a second. Saying the mic sounds a little low or cutting out for them in chat. Was it cutting out for you guys too?
No.
Okay.
Negative. I was listening to stream. I wasn't hearing it either.
Okay. All right, cool. So let's get to it.
What?
What? So you guys find yourself in Everlund. Back out into the city streets, you were given a piece of paper by Krowen and being told that he would attempt to gather and procure the items that you guys might have needed, or some items that they felt would be useful to you. But it would take several hours before they were able to gather it. What would you like to do?
Well, I don't think I requested anything, so. What time of day is it now in Everlund?
It's starting to get towards the evening time.
I think Evander wanted to go to the market to look for spell scrolls or spell books.
Mm-hmm. And you also gave Krowen the list of items that you had previously saw and things that you felt would be useful to you.
Well,
I had nothing. I know that much.
while you're going to the market, I suppose some of us could find some lodging for the evening, unless we plan on leaving tonight. Maybe. Or is that a terrible idea?
I mean, we don't need to stay here. We have a long way to go. Unless you would prefer not to sleep on the airship.
We have to wait as long as it takes Crown to get us what he thinks we need.
And he did say it would take roughly about 8 hours for him to gather everything together for you. So you have a little bit of time you can spend within the city. And he also handed you, on your way out, a little piece of paper as well.
Who specifically?
Krowen did.
Who did he hand it to? I mean,
We'll just say he handed it to you, Evander.
okay, I'll check what the piece of paper says.
Okay. On the paper, it says the following 3 lines. Missing Minotaur, Ellie Tavarsky, and the hawk flies while mice scurry. And I'll copy and paste this all for you. Tavarisk? Is that Tavarisk, maybe? Yeah.
The Varask?
Tavarisk?
I was nowhere near the spelling on that one.
Yeah, I'm glad you spelled that out for us.
Yes, that's a D&D name right there.
It 100% is.
Did Krowen give you something useful there, Evander?
About as useful as people from Everlund ever are, and I'll hand the paper over.
Did he say anything when he handed this paper? I don't recall this.
No, it was just a thank you as Evander's handing over his list of items that he wanted procured. He in return handed him the slip.
And we didn't ask what it was.
We're not that smart.
Come on.
No, we're not. The miracle we're still alive.
Also true.
Not all
Yes.
of us are.
Let's say not all of us.
Not
and
a
we're sad
stretch.
again.
And
And we're sad.
Well, is it a code, perhaps? Does anyone know a code that the Harpers would use?
no,
Could I try to make a roll to decipher the code?
You could give me a history check. With
Nice.
your history check, you're able to identify Missing Minotaur. The Missing Minotaur is a very well-known inn by adventurers and travelers in the region. This being a very populated kind of hub for merchants and things of that nature, because of it being almost like a spoked city, roads going in every which direction, and everything kind of intersects here, almost like the crossroads of Toril, in a sense, or the Sword Coast. The Missing Minotaur is very famous as kind of harboring like-minded people, adventurers, and travelers and merchants.
Well, the Missing Minotaur is a nearby inn.
Well, that could be a place to start. Maybe we're supposed to seek out this Ellie Thavaresk?
maybe.
I think I'm saying that right.
Works for me.
Well, shall we head to the market briefly to look for any supplies and then go to this missing Minotaur?
Sure.
Yes, let's go. And I'm gonna
like a
start
plan.
walking towards the market.
Okay. While you're in the market, you will pretty much find any of the standard fare stuff that you are normally going to look for. If there's anything special you guys need, just let me know and we'll work out something on it.
How am I doing on rations? I still have 8 days.
You say, I still have 8 days, and I'm thinking, holy shit, I need more than 8 days. Like,
If I'm
no
traveling
game,
for 8 days, just like,
no game I've ever played has my character had anything below like 12 rations in his pouch at any time.
You just
so
like to
much
stock up
food.
on that
So
food.
much food.
all your characters are like these barbarians or meaty people, but that need a lot of food. Fucking thin, frail Caelitis is like, hey, I almost finish a ration when I eat it. I'm poor, y'all. I don't have much to look for here, to be perfectly honest.
I tripled my money rescuing Evander.
Yeah, you had 0 though, didn't you?
I forgot about that.
Just throwing money at him. Here's a gold piece.
Although to be fair, I still don't actually know that. Actually, I would, because I would have gone through my bag on the ship on the way here. So. Just horribly confused at the appearance of 2 gold in my backpack.
Well, I have nothing in the market, so... What's everybody else looking for?
I don't have a bunch of money, but I don't really need anything right now either.
Evander, is there something in particular you're looking for?
Scrolls and spell books.
Do we see any scrolls or spellbook?
And ink.
The only ones that he was able to identify were the ones from before. Not much has changed in the few hours that have passed since you went to the Moongleam Tower. So you're not finding really anything new here.
Maybe just the ink then?
Yeah, the special ink that's needed to copy down scrolls and
And that will be at cost. So whatever the handbook tells you, go ahead and run with that.
I believe it's like 50 gold of ink per spell level.
Yeah. Hopper, do you need anything? Ren, you there?
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There, but not there.
Yeah, even weird stuff, I can't think of anything I need, so...
Weird things I can think of. I don't have money for, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, should we head to this missing Minotaur then, now that Evander has secured some more ink?
Sure.
Probably a good idea.
Heading off, begin to make your way off to the east a little bit, kind of explore the city, attempting to find this missing Minotaur before you finally stumble across its location a little off to the east, crossing the bridge to make your way over here. The building itself is a very large 2-story wooden building with these like flagstone walls on both of its floors. A tile roof, just kind of pierced with a couple of chimneys popping through the top of it. The one in the front room and one in the back, which you're pretty certain is the location of the kitchen based on the smells that are coming from the chimney. The second floor also has a veranda that goes across the full width of the building itself that kind of overhangs the front entrance. As you begin to approach, you find several guests sitting above the street on the veranda, kind of overlooking and enjoying the kind of cool night air. Lit lamps formed in the shape of minotaur heads hanging on all the corners. There's a sign that kind of juts out from the side advertising the place as well, also depicting the head of a minotaur. The main entrance was a very big double wooden door that opens up, pushing inward into the foyer with a mirror and a coat check window as soon as you walk in. Arched entryways into the main tavern, kind of bracketed with mirror as well, which are mounted on the back of a very large fireplace. Several round tables and high-back chairs are scattered all amongst the area, and a big L-shaped bar in the back left corner of the room. Adorning most of the building itself are several maps, and one very, very large map of the north, kind of tacked on to the center of the wall in the back. The crowd here is feisty. These are adventurers and people that are just looking to have a little fun and kind of, take the night off and don't really care about much else. As you begin to walk in, take notice of some of the other games that they're playing, knife throwing and things of that nature. And as you walk in, younger looking woman kind of looks up at you and smiles and says, "Oh, well, hello. What are you having?"
Yes, Ellie the Barask? Very weird name.
She looks at you and says, "Well, yes, I'm Ellie. I didn't know my name was weird, though."
It's a very different one.
It's unique. Kind of looking back down at the note again. Ellie, would this make any sense to you? The hawk flies while mice scurry.
You say that, she kind of looks at you and looks at each of the people in the group and kind of motions to kind of say, all of you together?
Yes.
She nods and kind of motions for you. As she does, she takes you back to the back room of the tavern. And as she leans down, she reaches to the floor and pulls up this very large trapdoor. Underneath the trapdoor itself is a small stairway that leads down. Down far enough that the light from the chamber above starts to disappear. As you make your way down this stairway with her, and she continues to accompany you down, the path splits in two ways, one heading off to the left and one off to the right. The one to the left leads to what you can tell are many very large casks, some brew and ale and things of that nature, wine that they have been storing down here in the cellar. Then off to the right, it leads to a flat stone surface, one of which she reaches forward, pressing on one of the bricks, and it opens up and exposes this very fancy stone-hidden door into the brick surface. As the entrance opens up, you take a look inside, and it is beautifully furnished. Some of the nicest furniture most of you have ever seen in your lives. Plastered all across this place are the colors and the crests of the Harpers. A very small self-service bar off in the back, and a dumbwaiter, a little bucket type thing that can lower and raise to go up to the kitchen, allowing you to call for or send plates back up for food and drink. As she opens this chamber, she walks in and kind of motions for you and says, "Stay as long as you need. It's on the house. The Harpers treat us well here, and we like to return the favor whenever we can."
Yes, the most secretive organization known as the Harpers. And he's going to go inside.
Well, thank you, Ellie. We appreciate it.
She nods and kind of points down to the other side and says, "You're free to help yourself to the ale or other strong brews that we have here. I just ask that you don't drink us out of house and home here, obviously."
Of course, I think we can all practice some restraint. Looking around at everybody else.
And with that, she kind of nods and says, "If you need anything, if you would like to stay hidden from the general populace, you can send word through the dumb waiter, and we will be able to help you within a moment's notice."
Thank you once again, Ellie. It's very much appreciated.
And with that, she nods and reaches forward. You see she grabs onto one of the bricks and kind of pulls on it, and it kind of pulls away a little bit, almost like a handle that she can pry her fingers underneath of. And as she pulls back, closes the wall and seals completely shut, leaving you guys down here to spend the evening to just relax and do something you haven't done in quite some time, which is just have alone time to yourselves.
Do we see any other people here, or is it just us?
It is just you in here.
Everyone's going to keep in mind which...
What was that?
Avenger's going to keep in mind which bricks were the ones that were used.
Okay.
Well, didn't expect this, I suppose. Though, I suppose none of us are surprised either.
Not expected and not surprised. Yep, pretty much sums it up.
Kind of move over. You said there's like rich furnishing and everything all over the place, right?
Yep. Several beds, upwards of 15 beds within this chamber. You could tell it is generally made, as you're kind of looking around, it's made as a room of comfort, almost like they're trying to keep people hidden in this chamber, for purposes of keeping them safe or escorting them out of the city or things of that nature. But in this specific case, the entire place is empty, possibly because they may have alerted her ahead of time that you guys would be coming.
I'll consider it. Look something up here real quick, because I haven't got to use this in a while. Well, I suppose we could rest here for the evening until Krowen's done collecting the items that we requested. Kind of pull out the bag of bounty. So we could probably have some decent food from this if I remember how to use it.
I hope you remember how to use it. Otherwise, it's
Yes,
going to
we
become rather
entrusted it to you.
useless.
Yeah, we entrusted it to you for a reason, Kale.
Kind of look down at it. Ah, yes. Now I remember why I didn't need rations. Yeah, so I can't remember what I need to do. Just a charisma check, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Bag of bounty. Yep, charisma check.
Yeah. Find foods by making a charisma check. Oh, God.
All right.
Kale, are you feeling quite alright?
You reach down into the bag and prepare to pull out this, what you're hoping is a feast. And as you stick your hand in to go pull this out, you feel a squish.
Oh.
And you stop for a second.
That's not right.
Pull your hand out, and it's covered in this slime. Edible slime, but slime no less.
Ah, just like the priests used to make me.
Again, step away.
Is that edible?
I'm gonna immediately just raise up and kind of like, lick some off my hand. It's you can eat it, yes. Sour face, just like crunched up a bit.
Here, let me try some.
Hold the bag out. Dig in.
I reach in the bag. Like, I get the same squish, right?
Oh yeah.
And pull it out. Oh. This is quite something, isn't it?
Yeah, and maybe the bag's broken, possibly. Isn't quite
Or-
the same
or,
that it was
uh,
before.
Please.
Or maybe you just don't quite remember how to use it?
It's
hopefully?
possible. It's been a few days since. Actually, I feel like it's been a long time since I used this thing.
Have you ever used it?
Mm-hmm.
We used it once, yeah.
Okay,
But we used it one whole time.
one whole time.
Kale, did you tell the bag, please? Because I remember that being a thing with Bingo's items.
This is true. I forgot that part. Let's see. I can use it 3 times a day. We'll try again.
I tried the slime. What does it taste like?
You know how porridge tastes, right?
Yeah, kind of.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
That would be a
Imagine
better description, yes.
imagine just bitterness.
Oh, good.
Like a bland, bitterness.
Great. Is there
Bag?
a towel or a rag or anything nearby?
Off in the back corner over by the bar, where
I
the
walk
dumbwaiter
over
is.
to it and I walk over to the towel and wipe my hand off. That was quite something, Caelitis.
As you walk back there, you hear the sound of a bell. And a few seconds later, you watch as the dumbwaiter starts to lift up and disappears up above. A few seconds, you hear the clinking and kind of rambling of something going on up above. And then you watch as the dumbwaiter lowers back down, and when it does, you see a very fine 3-course meal prepared for you guys on this dumbwaiter.
Hey, Caelitis,
Yes. Like trying
hold
to dump
off
the
on
bag
using
out.
that bag again.
Okay. I didn't want to bother them
We-
and make him cook us food, but
Well, they already did.
well, in that case, and I'll like walk over. Is there a trash
I
can
could
somewhere?
probably use some help carrying this over to the table.
Yeah, there's trash bins and the like
Just
little barrels.
Tip the
used
bag
as-
over
yeah.
upside down and just start heaving the bag up
Just
and down,
dump it
dumping out
out.
all the gruel. Just
Yeah.
like,
Using a little water to kind of fill it and rinse it out for good measure. I do not want that taste ever again.
so the course that the missing Minotaur provided, then I think that'll suffice.
All right. There's like a table in here we're using, right?
Yeah, there's several tables.
All right. I
Several-
carry all the food over the table and go fix myself a drink of ale.
Okay.
Well, since we're all here and have some time, shall we talk about what we're going to be doing next? I know that we plan on heading to a score after this. Is that still the plan?
Yeah. What to do next?
Yes, help that Bronze Avenger fellow.
Yes, the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's never gone wrong dealing with dragons.
Mm-mm.
We did look.
I can't say that they're my favorites after our recent incursions with them.
I very much agree.
But if that's what everyone wants to do, I'm still on board. Could be quite dangerous, though, based on what he told us.
I mean, I think either place is dangerous, to be fair. Because we're either fighting giants, probably multiple giants, or a dragon.
I believe there were 2 dragons, actually.
Yes.
I'm sure there'll be at least one giant one way, 2 dragons the other way.
Well, did we ever... now I'm looking at my notes. Did we ever figure out exactly where we need to go? Or we got kind of a general idea of where to head?
We got a
for-
location.
For which?
Or,
Fighting the stone giants, I think it was.
yeah, follow the Thane, her location, southeast over the lands high and low, cross the Great Forest to the Great Peaks and search for Deadstone Cliff. That was the place we were told about.
And-
Yes.
Yeah. You got a pin down here to
Down
the
there.
southeast for Deadstone Cliff.
And none of our teleportation circles were near there, I don't believe.
Correct. Your teleportation.
Do we even know where the
circles-
teleportation circles are?
Yes,
Yeah.
you did ask, and they were Everlund.
Okay, I didn't remember.
Yep, it was Everlund, Loudwater, Mirabar, Neverwinter, Waterdeep, and Yartar were the 6 locations.
I vote we don't go to Yartar. I hear it's not very good this time of year.
So I hear there's this terrifying thing living under the city that's corrupting everything there too.
I'm sure that's just rumors.
It's got to be
Couldn't
rumors, right?
imagine where you heard that. Yes, rumors. Okay.
Curious,
Well,
what do you?
What?
What do you think? Do you think we should go assist with these dragons, or do we think we should go to the stone giants?
I mean, we have to do both eventually. I always feel for the closer one.
Unfortunately, you're kind of like in that middle point where they're the same exact distance apart.
I wonder which one will make us stronger after dealing with it.
Well, dragons usually have hordes. Those hordes usually have and golds to get more spells.
They also have a lot of money,
Exactly.
which
The
we are
Bronze
distinctly
Avenger.
lacking.
The Bronze
Especially since
Avenger
they're
did talk
chromatic.
about giving us some of the hordes, if I remember correctly.
You do remember
Something like
correctly.
that.
The
I knew
Bronze
we would at
Aven-
least be compensated.
Yeah, the Bronze Avenger only cared about getting his pouch of Yashtala's. What was it called? Hold on. Something. Yashtala something. Gotta find it now. Yashtala's Delight. Or, no, Yondala's Delight. Basically, it's like pipe weed for that's sacred to the halfling goddess Yondala.
The dragon just wants to get high.
Pretty much, but it
Sacred
means it means a lot to this dragon apparently.
Those that follow Yondala usually get hooked.
And do we know anything about this a score place? It's not a town that I'm familiar with. I think it's a town, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know. What do you know of it?
Maybe?
Can I roll a history?
You can.
Critical. I know
Tell us
everything about a score.
everything about a score.
What do you know about a score? All right. Well,
Evander was secretly a history buff in school.
apparently.
He is a history buff.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
History, Arcana, Investigation, Nature, and Religion buff.
So Evandor knows that Ascor was once a port city in the dwarven nation of Delzaun, on the northern shores of the Narrow Sea. However, in the 14th century, it was nothing more than a lonely, windswept ruin on the edge of the desert. Back in its heyday, it was a very bustling port, pretty much used by everybody. But as you guys know, based on the points on the map there, something bad happened, and the entire sea that laid off to the east of it was no longer there and turned into a desert. For what your purposes need to be in this case, you do know that there are rumors of the blue dragons roaming through the area. 2 of them that usually kind of wander around and call this their lair. They're not quite worms like the blue dragon that you just encountered, but still pretty ferocious nonetheless.
with that history lesson in mind, it's going to be a dry place. Maybe we should buy some more water skins just to be safe.
Probably not a bad idea.
Could be the thing we do first thing in the morning after we rest, if we plan on going there. I do worry if the dragons are powerful, though. We saw what one could do.
We would theoretically have a dragon on our own side, though.
That dragon was also an ancient one, older than any of us will ever see.
True.
Oh, the one in the cave? Yes.
The one that, murdered me.
Well, I mean, we were told not to mess with it.
It's still murder.
Still kind of deserved it.
I mean, you did
You
kind
got
of piss it
better,
off.
though. You're welcome.
You did get better.
And I appreciate that, Kale.
And at least you didn't turn into a newt.
Well, is there anything we could do to prepare ourselves with fighting blue dragons, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe it was.
And I wish we weren't poor right now.
Right.
Oh, are you in need of monetary assistance?
Well, I think there's some
Old
items that
Brita.
exist that could assist us with that. Namely, no, never mind. Gale didn't know shit.
Yeah, nope. You're coming up blank here, not finding what you're looking for.
Yeah. Oh,
Yep.
no metagaming here.
Being a
Nice.
dragonborn.
Yep.
The one that was in the cave was also a blue, wasn't it? That murdered us?
A
Or
blue
some of
worm,
us?
I believe.
I mean, it did have blue scales.
And it
It did hit you with it
breath attack,
decimated.
didn't it?
Yes, it decimated Evendor with its lightning breath attack.
so we would know what we're going up against based off of that.
Give me an intelligence check.
I would any lightning attacks for those of you that can.
Hey, that's actually not bad.
That's not bad. Yeah, you would know based
I
on
could put those dots together.
yeah, based on your stories of dragons, because you haven't really encountered many of them yourselves, even though you specifically are a dragonborn. You haven't encountered many actual dragons, and
Right,
especially
right.
not worms. Yeah, this thing is terrifying, and yes, it hit you with a lightning attack. Its scales were blue. You're able to put two and two together. Yes, you're pretty certain that that was a blue dragon of some sort.
So, anything that would help us with protection from lightning would probably be beneficial. Now, whether we can actually procure any of that or anything that would help us in this matter the few days we have, I don't know. But I'm fairly certain we need to watch out for lightning.
Well, does anyone have anything that would help with anything like that? I prefer not to be hit by lightning breath like Evander was before.
I do not. I mean, I have a little bit of money. We could go shopping.
How are you doing on diamonds, Kale?
I still have 6 after using one of them on you.
It's very likely we may need them again.
I tap my pouch at my side. They don't go far from me. They're very important, as I've come to know. Does anyone have like a lot of money?
Yeah.
I have 621 gold.
I'm at over 1,000.
Evander, do you know of any items or potions or anything of that nature that could be beneficial for this fight?
How if we could procure some potions of lightning resistance,
Oh, those sound fantastic.
armor would be better. That might be a bit out of my price range.
Or what about even not necessarily armor, but ring? Also, rings or amulets or something along that line.
Rings would probably be more expensive, having put more magic into littler form.
But it's also not as expensive as like a full plate armor.
Well, in the morning we could look around, maybe see if there's any potion shops or armor shops or jewelry shops, I guess. I'm not too familiar with purchasing magical items, and that trip with Bingo really didn't help much with my grasp of it. Very
I'm
odd fellow,
certain
that
that
one.
gnome sold us some shoddy equipment.
Can I look at the battle standard that's still on my on my bag? Still haven't figured this one out. It just keeps showing me things.
Evander takes out the cube of force and shows how one of the buttons is stuck now. See, this is just shoddy workmanship.
Well, it did work out well in our unfortunate excursion in the Eye of the Allfather. Well, if that's the plan, then we could go shopping in the morning before returning to Krowen, and then, based on my map here, I suppose we'll have to rendezvous with the cultists again and take their airship to a score. Doesn't seem we have any teleportation circles nearby.
Yes. Now we should probably try and get some sleep.
Sounds good to me. Anybody have anything else?
No,
Alright.
we could definitely rest up and then shop in the morning.
Ren, have you made it back?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Anything you would like to do?
And no, I had just been with Evander.
Alright. So you guys gonna call it a night then and head out into the market in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, let's see. Alright, so yeah, camp out in this very luxurious suite that has been afforded to you by the Harpers, eating, drinking, having a good time, attempting to get to know each other a little more, sharing some minor details about yourselves, not sharing too awful much, but just trying to be more acquainted with one another. As morning comes, each wake up, walk forward, knowing where the doorway to this kind of hidden room was. On the back side, facing you, is a lever that basically you just pull the lever back a little bit. It opens and exposes the exit back into the hallway. Again, into this very kind of cool and dimly lit cavern that leads off into the actual cellar where they keep all of their ale. You walk out and start making your way upstairs and get to the little trapdoor. And as you lift it up and make your way outside, you see many of the workers are still there, cleaning and taking care of the bar itself, just kind of tidying everything up. As you're kind of making your way towards the exit, Ellie remains within the building and kind of waves to you and just kind of watches as everybody has all of their gear with them and starts making their way out and says, are you guys finished? Are you heading out so soon?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, you're welcome here anytime if you need anything from us or just a place to lay your head down. You know you have safe quarters here.
Thank you again, Ellie, for your hospitality. It was much appreciated.
She kind of nods, and with that, you guys head off towards the door and start making your way back over towards the market once again. As you begin to walk around, this time deciding to, instead of look for spell scrolls or books, going and looking for an apothecary of sorts, and start looking around, and you find many vendors and many who are selling just random potions. Some you could tell are probably just snake oil kind of shit. You know, they're not selling you high quality anything. You might actually be poisoned if you drink this stuff. But you do find one, and as you're wandering around, you see one that has a very kind of professional layout. Everything's very well organized, and every little bottle is in a nice, perfect little row. As you begin to walk up, you begin to asking about the potions of lightning resistance, was it?
Yes.
Okay. As you do, the individual thinks for a second and says, Maybe. Let me see what I have in the back. And he kind of goes around the back side of this very large cart that he has open, and you hear the sound of clinking bottles and things of that nature. And after a couple of minutes, he comes back and he kind of peeks around the corner and says, 5 of you. How many did you need?
How many do you have?
That wasn't the question.
That's my question.
He comes back. Go ahead.
We need at least 5 of them, if possible.
He starts walking back, and you see he has this little kind of just cloth sack, and he kind of ties the end of it. I need somebody to give me a 5d100 roll, please.
Not it.
I rolled a 1 the one time I've rolled tonight. I'm not doing it.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Let me get out my calculator.
Oh boy.
He begins to walk out, and as he does, he opens up this little rucksack that he has, and you look in, and within it are 10 bottles of this bluish colored liquid. And as you look at it, he says, that'll be 80 gold pieces each.
May I look at one?
He nods and kind of reaches down and pulling out one of the little vials for you.
Could I do an Arcana check to, make sure this is the real deal?
Yeah, absolutely. Taking a look at it, it looks pretty convincing to you. It's this very bluish colored liquid, and you see Every now and then you see what looks like the spark of what looks like lightning kind of shooting through it. Very convincing looking bottles.
If nothing else, it's a convincing looking replica.
Do we need to be worried about that?
Well, if you think they're good, Evander, they could promise useful, so I'd be willing to chip in for it. I don't have much, though.
I somehow have 2 gold that I could chip in.
I mean, I have gold. Not enough gold for that, but
In total, it will cost you 950 gold pieces for all 10 bottles.
400 for 5.
I set down 400 gold.
475 for 5, yes.
I set down 475.
And with that, he takes 5 of them back. Takes a rucksack, ties an end to the string, hands it forward to Harper, and nods. Thank you for your business. You know where to shop if you need any more of them.
Thank you, sir. What was your name?
what?
They just call me the magician. That's all. Nothing special. Just a guy. You
Magician
Mysterious for the
sounds...
sake of mysterious.
you take a look
Hey.
at him and you can almost sense, like, as he's talking, it's almost like a condescending, like, he feels much greater than that, and these people calling him that is like almost like just bullshit to him. He's just like, that's just what they call me, it's fine, I don't care about anything else.
Well, thank you, Mr. Magician. Hopefully we'll see you soon, if that's the way our path brings us.
And with that, he nods and goes back, taking the other 5 vials with him and placing them in this very large trunk. As you kind of peek around, taking a look, he places them in there, locking it, and turning around and again thanking you for your business.
Alright, I believe it's time to return to the tower now.
Yes, we can see if Krowen was able to find your list of things. You did give him quite a lot to look for, I think, Evander.
Well, if he's such a good wizard, he should be able to find them.
Okay. So heading back over to Moongleam Tower, and I had the location wrong on this last time. It's actually this tower here.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That
Well,
looks more
Yeah.
It's not nearly as big and fancy, though.
No, like I thought this was like, I was looking at it. I'm
I
like,
guess is that
you-
like a town hall?
yeah. So apparently, from what I understood, because the notes that they have for Everlund are very lacking, and they don't give a lot of really great detail. But based on what I have here, that is the Hall of Elders. And literally the only notes I have are a map just like this one, that in the left corner, it tells me what each one of the buildings are. That is literally all I have for this.
That's real
So-
useful.
It was super useful when I'm trying to scramble to find information about Everlund, because I wasn't fully prepared for this city. But yeah, so you make your way up the path and head up towards Moongleam Tower. As you begin to approach, there's one of the mage guards standing at the entryway. And as he sees you approach, he nods and kind of looks at you and says, Archmage Valharrow awaits you in the Chamber of Circles if you would like to join him. And with that, he turns and kind of places his hand on the magical lock panel and allowing access back into the building. As you walk in and start making your way up the tower, you reach to the final chamber of the tower itself. And you find yourself standing within the completely closed-off chamber. It's a very large circular room, completely open. In it sits multiple circles, all carved out into the floor itself, with several arcane glyphs and lines that connect each and every one of them. At the furthest end of the chamber, sitting at the opposite side of the room, is where Krowen sits, and his hands kind of folded in front of him. And on the table that he sits at, 3 bags rest. The guard continues to accompany you and walks you over towards the wizard and kind of nods and says, Archmage, the adventurers have returned, and as you requested, I have brought them to you. And with that, he nods, very serious, kind of stern look on his face, and gives kind of a waving gesture and says, Good. Please have a seat. Let's talk.
Okay. Find a seat and sit down.
Yep.
As you begin to sit and gather around this table, he looks at you and you see 3 different bags in front of you. One is a kind of large rucksack, about the same size as the one that you got the potions out of. Next to it is almost like a pouch of sorts. A little different, something that you guys have seen before with a face on it. And then beside it, a smaller pouch, probably pretty comparable to like a coin purse, somewhat large coin purse. As you sit down, Krowen looks at you and says, We just received word from Lord Zelron that your kindness was given to Artis Simber's son. We're very sad that Sirik has chosen to forge his own path and not join the Harpers, but to repay you, I have gathered some additional items for your travels.
I believe he went off to find Artis Simber.
He nods and says, We tried to keep this quiet. We didn't want to let things out, and especially in Artis's situation, you can understand how dangerous it would be if other individuals knew of his location.
Certainly other non-Harper members, of course.
With that, he nods and says, With that, I have some things for you. He takes the small bag and places it in front of you. 500 gold pieces for the aid of Sirik. He reaches over and grabs the very large bag and opens it up and starts pulling things out of it. With it are 3 books. No, with it are 4 books. He hands the books over to Evandor, sliding them across the table. I believe these are what you had asked for.
Evandor is going to take a look.
With them, these books contain the spells Identify, Comprehend Language, Knock, and Fly. He takes the rest of the bag, slides it over in the direction of Caelitis. I think this will be more than beneficial to you and your party members.
Okay. Open the bag.
Within the bag, you find 10 potions of healing, 6 greater potions of healing, and 1 potion of superior healing.
Those would be very useful, I think.
The third he takes and sets in the center of the table. This one, you know, all of you, because you have seen them before, to be a bag of holding. Within it, he reaches forward, unfastening the clamp, and starts pulling out additional items. In one, a very large vial that has a toenail within it, placing it on the table. The other, as he pulls it out, looks almost like water, but you can see bubbles floating within. And he places it on the table. And the last, he reaches forward and pulls it out, something you are already familiar with, as he places it down, an immovable rod. He looks around to the party and says, "The Harpers have done what we can for you. We wish to see you succeed in your case, in your cause. We will do everything that we can, and if you are ever in need, you can send word back to us, and we will do everything in our power to accommodate you. Don't expect this kind of greeting every time that you're around, though. Begin to take advantage of us, and of course, we will have to cut you off from all of our services. I hope that's understood."
Yes, this has been very helpful. Yes, we will certainly not take it for granted.
He kind of scans the room, and everybody pretty much looks like they're ready to go, and yet at the same time, you know the tasks ahead of you. You know, off to the east lie dragons, and off to the southeast lie giants, both of which you're pretty certain are wanting to kill you. But with that, he stops and kind of motions and says that at any point, if you need my assistance specifically, you can always send word to any of our people and have them contact me. If there's anything that I can do to assist you further, please let us know. But at this time, this is all that we can offer you. We hope that it's going to be enough in your ventures here, and certainly will be enough to keep you alive in such trying times.
Yes, this should help greatly. We do expect some troubling things to happen in the near future, so these are very much appreciated, Krowen. Thank you.
And with that, he motions over to the side, and in the back of the room, over closer to where the entryway is, you see one of the mages standing there. He looks over at the mage and kind of points and says, "At any time, if you need to travel by way of these," and reaches over off to his side, kind of pointing down to the floor where the teleportation circles lie. And as he points down, if you ever need to be able to use these, speak with one of our mages, and they will be able to attune this in the manner you need to get you to the location you are wanting to go to. Otherwise, you are free to come and go as you need. You have room and board here, or over at the Missing Minotaur, should you need it. But with that, I must bid you a good day. I have other things that I need to take care of, and obviously the Harpers can't just sit still and wait for things to happen.
Well, once again, thank you, Krowen. We hope to see you again soon.
With that, you watch as Crown stands up and kind of bows his head forward toward you, quickly making his leave, exiting out of the chamber and heading back downstairs, leaving you guys in this teleportation circle chamber to discuss what to do next.
You said there was a mage like tending the teleportation circle.
Yep.
Ghost dog.
Go suck.
You there? Would you allow me to get a look at the sigils?
Yeah. You can walk over and take a look at the sigils. Let me see. I think they have it on here somewhere. No? Did they not? Let me find it. I would be really disappointed if they didn't, because this handout is super cool.
Sigils are cool.
Yeah, and this one specifically is really neat. Alright, I'm gonna make a handout for it because I want it. Alright, 1 second.
And of course, Evander is going to memorize, to mark it down in a notebook.
This is a lot of stuff. While he's doing that, who wants potions of healing?
Everyone.
I have
Yep,
6
probably
still, so I
everyone.
don't need any of these.
I think I'm out.
I have 2.
Or
I'm
I
gonna
don't
take.
think I ever had any.
Yeah, I don't have any on me.
Neither do
Okay,
I.
so-
I how many little ones? It was what?
We have 10 potions of healing, 6 graders, and 1 superior. I'm gonna take 1 grader, and then that's it.
There you go.
So I'll put it in chat just so y'all can start divvying them out.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, that's why I was
That's
like,
fucking
why don't they have a handout for this? Because that's freaking awesome.
Are those? No, that center one is the abjuration symbol. At least it looks like it.
The one for Yartar?
Yep.
Yeah, that looks like the abjuration symbol they use.
Yeah, it's missing 1 dash thing, but yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah.
That's cool. That's
But
a really
yeah,
cool
I
handout.
thought this was such a cool piece of artwork, and yeah, there was
That is
no way.
awesome.
There was no way I was gonna not share this with you because it's freaking amazing.
That's
Okay,
good
gotcha.
artwork. All right,
Super
Alcohol's
cool.
taking 2 potions, so we have
Super
8
cool.
left. 4 graders left. 5 regulars left now.
People without healing capability should definitely stock up on them.
I'll
And
just
what
go.
was this
I'll
one?
just go 2 and 2. I still have second wind
Okay.
and a big bucket of hit points.
Big old bucket.
It's
Looks
still.
Looks at
big
the
bucket-
paladin and their strangely minuscule HP.
Hey, wait a minute.
Easy there.
Wait a minute.
It's still a bonus action to take potions, right?
Yep, it is.
Sweet. Okay.
I mean, you're not
Alright.
wrong.
So
I
the
do
person
have
with highest
a-
hit points, I think, should take the superior.
That would be me.
I have 33, thanks.
And I have
Wait, does
30.
Evander have left? Oh no. I was like, I thought I still won the least hit point pool.
You do. You do.
Alright, so with all that reductions, we have 8.
Hopper's over here with 18 more
7.
HP.
Oh wait, 3 basic. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So 3 pots, 6 graders, 5 graders, 4, 3, 2, 2 graders left, and 1 superior. So who's taking the rest of these?
I'll take 2 of the small ones.
Okay.
Give people
So-
a bigger health pools to greater and superior. Because that ain't me.
I think that Hopper should take the superior. Icarus could take the 3 regular and pass to Alical.
Huh?
Give the people with chunkier HP pools the bigger potions. Because superior would probably be wasted on Evander, I'm gonna say.
Unless you're, well, I mean, yeah, you'd probably get one shot anyway, so it wouldn't really matter anyway. Can't can't feed it to yourself if you're dead.
Very true.
Yeah, that was fairly average, so like 28 from a superior.
3 1s and 3 4s, and
Yeah.
a 2 and a 3. I don't think you can get more average than
Yeah, I
that.
think that's full on average right there. So, yeah, somebody with a beefier pool, because that would like almost full heal me probably.
Same.
I'll take it then.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was
so
like,
Hopper, you'll get the, and then
because I have 35 points of lay on hand and healing spells that I can easily use on myself and others if needed.
Yeah, I think you three have healing capabilities, but Hopper and I don't.
If I'm not
Second win, but it's a tiny top off.
if I'm not too busy smiting my enemies, I can heal
Yeah.
y'all.
I was like, y'all should take all of those, because I've got 1 greater and 6 regular pots still in my inventory now from that, so
I think I'll just take one more potion.
yeah, I don't need these. Just take them all.
Add.
So
2.
superior to Hopper, one of the graders to Carius, right? And the other one to Evander.
Sure, I'll take another one.
And then
I
all
was, I
3 of
was,
the other ones.
yeah, I'll do the 3 regular and a greater, I guess. I'll just keep the greater for somebody who needs it.
Whatever. Alright, cool. Okay. Alright. That will do that. What else did we get? 500 gold pieces. Somebody else should hold that.
That's 100 each.
I'm going to copy and paste all of that.
Please.
Just to make sure you don't forget anything.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, I didn't write down the spells. That was the only thing I didn't write down. Oh, did we get the second bag of holding too?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Who wants to carry that?
I have one already, so.
I guess I'll take it.
Who's getting the boost in strength? With the frost giant strength potion.
I mean, I wouldn't turn it down, that's for sure.
I'm sitting at an 18 already. How high up does it go?
Like 20 something.
Like a 24,
4, I want to say.
25,
What are you at, Alakul?
16.
Go ahead and take it.
Done.
Yeah, 23 is what.
Especially with that, especially with the dragon slaying sword, you should probably
The
take
23, you said?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm assuming since we have the names, we can know what they do, right, Forge? Okay.
it. Yeah, take full advantage of having good strength with that dragon slaying sword when we're going to go kill dragons.
That's fair.
Yep. And
Who
yeah,
wants the
that's a
immovable
20.
rod?
Does that require a tune?
Nope.
Nope, just a button.
Press the button and it stays in place.
Was this our third one now?
Yep.
Yeah.
We did lose one
We
though.
technically lost 2, didn't we?
Yeah, with Perrith.
Yep.
Forge just feels bad and wants to give us one back.
Pepe hands.
They can. I'll keep the potion or the immovable rod.
Good.
And the potion of water breathing.
I'm not good at swimming. But I'll hold on to it if nothing else. I have a lot of stuff already, so.
Please don't throw me in water.
Alright,
But if
I'll
you
hold
could
on to
read
the
it,
potion of water.
be fine.
That heavy
No.
armored sink you to the floor.
Like a bag of frickin' bricks.
Let alone being
Alright.
a dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
See, I got big fat fingers and big fat toes and few of them. And they're not webbed.
Alright, so
Not made for swimming.
as you guys finish sorting all of that out, we'll stop here and take our 5-minute break before we continue on.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, guys. So with that, we're going to step away, take a quick 5-minute break, and when we get back, we're going to find out exactly what lies ahead for them at the city of Ascor as they begin to venture off to the east. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be back in just a bit. All right.
That's where Andrew WK has a song for every occasion.
Are you guys ready?
yeah. No.
So now
No.
you have 500 gold, you have a bunch of magic items, and a bunch of potions and things of that nature. What would you like to do with your newfound wealth?
Let's go to Disney World.
And just leave this. Yep, I'm down with that. I'm down.
All right, bye.
We're
So
going to
you have
Disney World.
decided to go to, it's a small world where is literally just
Oh wait, I take it back.
a theme park for giants, and you are the attraction.
Oh
God.
no!
Regrets.
This is not what I signed up for. Hold on a
All right.
second.
Where do we park our cultists?
Yeah.
Just to the northeast here, yep, up there, just outside of the city. For this, we'll just drop you back here and say you've made it back over to the airship, because why not? And I want to change the music too. Something else. Whatever.
So, about how many days is it going to take us to get from Everlund to Ascor?
That is a fantastic question. Let me pull up my chart of useful traveling distances.
I need to know my time frame for copying spells.
Well, I mean, and they can also travel at whatever speed you want them to travel at as well. I mean, the only thing you have to really concern yourself about is anything happening in that duration, to be honest. I mean, let's see.
A la random encounters.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna pull up the map because I want to see what that closest is. I think it's... I'm not seeing something really close. So
After seeing Eberron's airships, looking at this one, it's just so shit.
Wow, toxic.
Listen,
Have you
cultists
seen
are doing
an
the best what they
Eberron
can.
airship?
You mean like that one over there? I guess I could see one, considering we're outside Eberron.
Let's do...
Now that this place is Everlund, Eberron is a campaign setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
We'll call it...
Yep.
Let's see. What's the measurement?
You're right. Thank you.
Measurement's about 300. So... This was 8 miles an hour is what your airship travels at. So let me pull up my calculator. I shouldn't have closed that because I knew I would need it.
So, day and a half essentially.
Yeah, so you're looking at 37 hours non-stop. If you want them to go at a slower pace, probably knock it down to 2 full days.
I want to go at the pace that where we can keep a solid eye out for anything that may be coming, like dragons.
Okay.
So it would take me a total of 14 hours to copy all the spells I got.
Okay.
Would that be enough to do over the course of, like, the trip? Including sleep time and all that?
Give me a sleight of hand check for every single book. I want to see
Sleight of hand?
Mm-hmm. want to see how good your penmanship is on this airship that's floating and being knocked around by the wind.
I feel like you're just picking on me.
No. Okay, that's one.
Not a great start, but I believe.
Okay,
I
that's two.
Still believe. Hey,
Okay.
one of those worked out.
Okay.
One's good.
One's good. It takes you a little longer than you would like to be able to start writing these. Trying to be very careful and trying to move with the actual movement of this airship being tossed around. Instead, it does take you almost the better part of a full 24 hours to be able to complete it. So you're spending almost every waking moment sitting down at your desk, carefully writing this out, attempting not to mess anything up and making it as legible as completely possible for you.
That's the way I like it.
During the trip, I just want to kind of talk to everybody. I talked to Carius a little bit about this, and I'll kind of pull out this opal that has the Ild room, if I remember correctly. It really hasn't been much use to me, but I was able to discover that it could do things to augment weapons or armor. Carius came to mind first, but maybe someone who's more in the thick of things could find this beneficial. If I spend some time with a weapon, I can imbue it with its power, and it can do fire damage anytime it hits. I could also imbue some armor. It would require attunement due to being a bit more powerful, but you would get resistance to cold damage while wearing it. Now, does that interest anyone?
Well, I could always use my glaive having a bit of an upgrade. The glaive already has warning on it. Does it override it, or does it just become a fiery glaive of warning, like in older editions where you just stack enchantments?
DM?
Let me pull up the enchantment thing here.
Because that would be the same thing for my Dragon Slayer sword.
I think it would override it. Let me find...
The weapon is now an uncommon magic weapon. It deals an extra 1d6 fire damage to any target it hits. The wording.
Yeah, I
doesn't
think
really
it's just
so.
a DMG's weapon enchant rule.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's how I'm gonna interpret it based on the DMG here.
I don't think either of us wanted our weapons then.
Yeah.
Nope.
Because at that point, I mean, because what you're looking at right now is that's basically taking, especially on yours, since your weapon's already a magical item. Is that correct?
Yeah, both of ours are.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't want to make that a non-magic item to start with, and then while it might keep the other, well, no, you would lose the property of it. Because the moment you drop that magical property, it drops that magic on it as well. So yeah.
Well, I mean, the armor enchant isn't bad.
Yeah.
My armor isn't magical, but then again, I don't think Icarius's staff is magical. Is it?
It's not.
Oh, yeah, then give it to him. Let him have an extra edge then.
There we go. I think we found out who gets it. Unless you could also use the stone to imbue your fists with magical energy. Icarius?
If he had like brass knuckles or something, hand wraps or something.
I prefer my staff.
Well, then I will spend 8 hours during this trip with his quarterstaff and imbue it with the gift of flame.
Awesome. All right.
So
Yeah, so with that, you get an extra 1d6 fire damage. And you can just click on the item in your list and add that damage to the item.
And I will take it out of my inventories. I think Opal is destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
I have an attunement slot. Woohoo!
Let's see. Anybody else with anything?
Verify with Evander. So I just drank the potion and I won't be hurt as much by lightning?
Asking the group.
Anyone?
That's usually how potions work, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I've only had potions of healing before, so kinda confused, but okay.
Oh, you'll have a time limit, so you can't drink it early.
Ah, well, that's good to know. Puts the top back on.
I was gonna take it now, but I guess not.
All right, well, make sure we're all rested up for what's to come. And if it gets bad, I think we all need to agree that we need to run. I really don't want to lose anyone else.
Yeah.
Okay. So taking off from Everlund, 2 days of travel, taking things a little slower, knowing you could probably rush things and try to get there in like 37 hours or so, but why rush off to death when you don't have to?
That's not disconcerting or anything.
Somebody
Yeah.
give me a d20 roll, please. Somebody, anybody.
You need to stop it.
Didn't we say you weren't going to do any of these today?
He said he wasn't going to do anything because he rolled a 1.
I could not resist.
Yeah.
Somebody else give me 2d6.
What? My rolls aren't good enough for you?
2d6.
2d6.
Dang it, I was too slow.
All right. Okay. Noted.
Sorry about the 6 dragons, y'all.
As you continue your journey off to the east, making your way onto the cusp of Anarok and the city of Ascor, resting just on the other side of what you can tell is this ravine that kind of blocks your path, or this giant wall that blocks your path, and this small ravine going in between it, leading back towards it. You begin to bring the airship down just outside of the gate, or the pathway here. Let me pull up my notes here. Here we go. As one travels east towards the Silver Marches, the old road passes between Vordran Forest to the north and the Arn Forest to the south. Before reaching the edge of Anarok, the road at the end, the road ends at a great set of stone doors set into a very high ridge. Statues of dwarves once stood in rows on each side of the door, but all that now remains are marble pillars upon which they once stood. The doors are slightly opened, just a little bit, revealing a very dark passageway that goes underground. From your view, where you're currently standing, it extends out for as far as the eye can see. Upon approach, you stop and take a look around, and as you do, you start to hear the rustling, something moving around. Sitting atop one of the shortest pillars here to the south is a halfling, smoking on an obsidian pipe. Around his neck, a medallion, bearing the shape of an odd-looking shield and a cornucopia. Upon your approach, the halfling looks up at you with his pipe, and a smile rests on his face. Ah, yes. There you are. I was beginning to worry that you might have ran into some other trouble. I'm glad you're here.
Do we know you?
He knows us, so I have a feeling we know him.
Right. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't recognize me in this shape either. I am Velgalos. He stands up on top of this pillar, takes a look at you, and as he does, he takes his pipe out of his mouth and he starts to speak, and you start to hear the rumble in his voice, the sound of the draconic voice that he held when you first met him. And
It's
then
our dragon buddy.
he stops and takes a deep breath and says, I suppose being smaller in stature doesn't make me really as recognizable as I would like, but at least this way nobody knows any the wiser. When I started to approach here, I didn't wish to be seen by the two that were flying up in the air here. Did you see them by chance?
Did we? Quick. Roll of perception. Emergency.
You take a look. You can't see over the ridge. You were taking a look around, making sure nothing was attacking you. Nothing was going to bother you. And during your travels, you did see 3 Arakokra flying and just traveling and passing by, but they didn't really do anything to bother you. However, as you got closer to a score and towards where you're currently at, nighttime began to settle in once again, and it became a little harder for you to really see anything.
Nope, didn't see anything.
Nods. That's good. I'm pretty certain that if they would have seen you, you might be dead right now. But that's no matter. Stands up and kind of looks around and looks for his pouch and... Right. My pouch of Yonda's Delight. We need to get to that. Do you have everything you need? I would like to get this matter taken care of as quickly as possible, and needn't I remind you that these dragons are very, very dangerous, and while there may be great wealth that can be yours, the only thing I really care about is my pouch. If you can get that, and we can leave, that's all I care about. It would probably be best if we do this in the cover of nightfall. If they're awake, that means they're flying, and if they're flying, that means they will see us. It is up to you, though. If you would rather go during the daylight, then we most certainly can do that. You just tell me how you would like to proceed.
Velgalos, do you know where their lairs are? Where your item that you're seeking out may be?
With that, he kind of shakes his head and says, I haven't bothered to venture inside. I'm fearful, of course. 2 against 1 is never a good fight, even if I may be a bit older in age than they are. I can tell you that they do rest off what used to be the docks here, but as far as their treasure or what they keep or where they stay hidden, no, I unfortunately don't have that information.
Well, I'm gonna look at the group. I'm not an expert on fighting dragons, so I'm all for listening to Felgalos and attacking at night. So it's morning right now, right?
No, it was starting to become nightfall as you guys were
Oh,
making
okay.
your way here, yeah.
Well, it
I mean,
seems like we can
I can't
do
see
this.
much in the dark, but sure.
We can worry about that when the time comes. It may be best to be in the dark as much as possible until we find them.
Hmm. As long as somebody leads me where to the things I need to smite, I'll be fine. Yep.
Any other thoughts?
Let's go kill some dragons, guys.
Okay.
Maybe we can
Yes.
catch them sleeping.
Maybe you could catch them sleeping. The doorway ahead, as mentioned before, is partially open. This is gonna go well. It reveals
Oh, hold on.
the dark passage ahead. The tunnel seems to continue for miles before finally emerging at the desert's edge. This is going to go so swimmingly well.
We're all gonna die.
This is gonna be so good. All right. So as you peek forward, you see the doorway. It's cracked open, but it's not quite wide enough for you guys to completely openly walk through. Will require a little feat of strength to push your way through.
Well, I'm out.
I am not strong.
Ogalos, how strong are you in that form?
Yep, I'm probably as strong as this one, and points over to Evander.
Oh,
Hopper will crack her
Interesting.
knuckles and head over.
I will help out with the movement of objects.
Okay.
Just a strength check or athletics?
Just a straight strength is fine.
Whale?
Put you back
11?
into it.
11.
Not enough.
All right,
Thankfully,
like-
we can retry
all right,
this.
Hopper.
It's literally
Alright,
like
Harper.
everything in this world is like 5 times bigger than you guys. It's
We
ridiculous.
got this. We got this.
All right, I
Believe.
definitely need all three of us.
Believe.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey!
And with these, as
Nat
you
20 and a 1.
you brace up against it the first time and it doesn't budge, and you're like, okay, I kind of, looked at this and misjudged this door, and then the second
That
time
was
you
the
just
test run.
Yeah, you literally just lay your shoulder into it, and as soon as you do, the door just bursts open, slides right through, knocks some of the dirt out of the way that was blocking it from opening before, revealing this very dark cavern that goes underground and all the way out into the desert itself. And I'm going to drop you here. And hopefully... Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where?
Yes, where?
I see dragons. I don't like it.
I just
Oh,
see
no.
giant black. Oh, there we go.
Bottom left. Yeah, bottom left.
There you go.
Like mid left.
So hey, they saw us apparently.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that those are actual dragons.
Everybody should have the vision that is attached to their character sheets. Is that correct?
You mean like
No
0
vision.
feet in the dark?
0 feet in the dark.
Should I cast light?
No. Just
I think.
somebody guide me because they're probably sleeping.
Where did Felgalos go?
I'm gonna drop a token 1 sec.
Okay.
I didn't have
Is he
anything
one of
ready
these
for it.
dragons? No, but seriously, what's up with the dragons?
I will tell you.
What dragons?
Oh, my
Where
poor
are my
friend.
tokens? I'm missing my tokens for halflings here.
Rip.
Caelitis. What dragon?
There's two looking at us to the north and south.
Are they actual dragons? Are they statues?
I don't know yet. Give it a second.
Well, if they haven't eaten us, they're probably statues.
Or asleep.
I don't see it. Where is it?
We couldn't be talking in our staged whispers if they were asleep.
There, I found it. Okay.
Harper has a point.
I'm going to just drop this one. There we go. Perfect.
Hi, Felgalos.
Hi, Falgalos. Alright, so here we go. Standing outside of the yawning exit are two gigantic sandstone statues of similar dragon-like gargoyle statues which stood on the outside. These crouching on either side of the entry. Beyond them lies one of the greatest wonders of the north, a score. This ruined dwarven city once overlooked a sea. Now, it lies half buried in the cold northern sands of Anarok. Its mighty stone docks still thrusting eastward, pointing towards the empty hulls are hulks of colossal stone ships lying half buried in the sand. Dwarven magic once enabled these ships to float on water, but that magic has long since faded. Where you currently stand, off to your north, you find a windswept building that used to be a guardhouse. Now it's little more than 4 partial walls and the ceiling protruding through the sand.
Well, they're not real dragons. That's the good news, Alakul.
Well, that's good. I was hoping they weren't, because I would have been dead by now. You can see in the dark, right?
Yes.
I'm just gonna stick right next to you, because that's about how far I can see. But we probably shouldn't risk light. We're trying to surprise these dragons.
Well, shall we proceed? Felgalos, where were these docks you said? Are they off to the east?
You kind of hear him leaning in and speaking very softly and says, yes, off to the east. You can't miss them. They're very large stone spectacles that reach out for many, many feet. Quite interesting, actually.
Well, shall we head to the east then, quietly?
And carefully.
I don't know, I can't see.
Just hold hands with Alakul.
Hold on. Who has dark vision?
I do.
I do.
I do.
Alright, good. There's only 2 of us that are blind as bats. Good. That's good.
Is it?
But is it?
Alright, keep up, you two. Start moving forward.
Funk. I just put a hand on. Oh crap. Caelitis is gone. Help!
Where'd he go?
I moved 2 feet forward, Jesus.
No, you didn't.
I'm going to walk behind Alakul, so if he makes a wrong turn, I can
I
him.
don't know where to go.
Oh, this is
I
going to be
wish I had
wonderful.
a lantern with a cover.
You follow me, Alakul.
I don't know where you are. There you are. I literally have 5 feet of vision on this map. So,
Oh, this is so good.
Forge, if you could just like make my token follow them,
Sure.
I'd be
Is that an
appreciative.
option?
Can we just be quiet? Let's
Yeah.
be quiet. Oh god damn it.
This was out of character panic.
Ah, what
out
is
of character?
up tonight?
That's like 3 nat ones.
Yeah, I've rolled like 4 times.
Are we actually rolling stealth?
I mean, I don't know. Are you rolling stealth?
Sure.
I imagine
We
we
can
want to be
try.
quiet, so
We want to try at least.
Hey,
Oh,
Caelitis,
wow.
you're about as stealthy as I am.
Shh, Alico.
hey, hold on. Hopper's
sorry.
going to pause for a moment and say, "Hey guys, we're about to go fight dragons. I know 2 of us can't see, but we should probably spread out just a little bit."
Okay. 2 hands on Acarius' shoulders. Hey, Acarius.
How can I like?
Probably should stand next to him then.
Yeah, just come over
I don't
here.
know where to go though.
Just
come up to this wall with me,
stay
Okay.
close,
and I'm gonna
Evander.
drag him over there.
Okay.
Well, no. Evander wants to stay with Hopper.
I'm gonna drag Evandor
Yeah.
with me.
Okay. And Evander will go up here. All right.
Does your familiar have dark vision, Caelitis? Or is your familiar
Evandor,
even
why
here?
don't you have a familiar? We haven't seen
I
your
do.
familiar.
I do, I just haven't used them.
Does your familiar have dark vision?
It's
Because
an
it
owl, so
helped.
yes.
Caelitis, as you were walking by the building
Uh-oh.
to your north,
Mhm.
the entryway, the door itself, long since swept away, leaving a very open entry into what looks like it used to be a very small, like kind of squat stone building. The floor of this, what you can kind of get a glimpse of as you kind of peek around the corner and glance into like the corners here, looks to be an old guardhouse. Otherwise, as you kind of peek in, everything is covered in sand, inches upon inches of sand, and empty. The walls are pretty bare, except for the wall that you just walked up to on the outside that has some very odd-looking runes carved into the wall itself. The party over to the east, this building that you have begun to approach, as you kind of take a peek inside, looks to have been an armory at one time, protected by what looks like a very large stone door. But now the door is buried beneath the sand off to the south, and the roofless building itself is open to anyone to be able to walk in and out of. Knee-high piles of sand cover most of the floor, with plenty of bits of broken and melted metal scattered throughout it.
Do I recognize these runes at all?
Give me an investigation check. Okay. As you take a look at them, you look and you notice as you're looking at it, it doesn't look like they were properly carved, like with mason's tools or anything like that, but instead it looks like they were almost carved in with like a sharp blade, like a knife or something of that nature. Do you speak, or do you know Dwarven?
Nope.
You take a look at this, and it's not a language that you're familiar with.
Can anybody read these? There's some writing, I think, on the wall here.
So, doesn't Dwarven share the same like alphabet with Giant?
Sort of, yes.
Could I
some of
attempt to rough translate? Because I speak Giant.
Yes. I will. Let me see. How do I want to do that? Give me an intelligence check.
Yeah, with like disadvantage or something.
Yeah,
It's
because you know what some of the similarities are between the two languages, but you don't know everything. Obviously, there's to know of Dwarvish.
I'm taking out my Latin thesaurus to find the root words. It's fine.
Pretty much.
I only
yeah,
have a -2, guys. Let's see how this goes.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's about as well as I thought it would go.
Beautiful.
You look at it.
So I know what this says, guys.
What does it say?
It says dragons definitely not this way.
You take a look at it, and as you're
You sure?
That's what yeah, dwarven is basically giant.
Why would they write? Why would they write dragons not this?
Hopper
Oh,
is literally looking at this and says, "I can definitely tell that is an A. All right, that's definitely an A. I don't know what the rest of that is."
Yeah. Dwarves are very literal in their languages. Same with giant. So if they wanted you to know that it was a safe place to be, dragons definitely not this way.
Still seems like a strange thing to carve into a wall.
Would you prefer it say dragons definitely this way?
Maybe.
Are you,
Then we know
are
where
you
to
really
go.
sure? Because we did get something that could help us with this.
Well, if you read Dwarven, then maybe you could tell us what it says.
I don't read Dwarven, but we did get an item earlier that would allow us.
We did, didn't we?
I comprehend languages.
Yeah, but you can't see. Get out of here.
Light a
True.
torch. Let me see what it
I'll-
says.
I'll lead Halical over to the wall.
I can't read it, but sure.
But what's
Wait,
Evander read?
isn't Evander already over there?
I don't know.
He is. He's nearby.
Yeah, so if Hopper moves over here, then Evander is definitely going with her.
We'll all just come over to this wall.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just all go over there.
Kind of huddle around the
Oh
corner.
yeah, that
and
looks like
where the wall
Dwarven.
is.
Yeah,
As
you
I
see,
feel it.
I can't read this at all.
I mean, I
Not that
recognize it as Dwarven, but I don't know what the hell it means.
So we're just gonna wait 10 minutes real quick.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Sure.
It's fine. I mean, it's a
Yeah, I
cast.
know what this-
Like, it's literally an action, so, like, 6
I
seconds.
don't have it prepared.
Halical,
Oh,
move
Yes.
6 spaces north.
6 spaces north.
here we go. I got you.
Oh, I
That's-
overrid you. Sorry. I was already moving and counting.
So 10 minutes pass. What are you guys doing during this time?
Spreading out a bit
keeping
and
an
keeping
eye
an eye out.
Okay.
Sure, keeping an eye out. Yeah. Trying to not move as much as possible so my armor doesn't go clank clank.
I sure am gonna keep an eye out in the darkness.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye out. Real good at it. too.
Curious, where did you go? 5 steps away.
What is with your dice today? Do you need to reload or something?
No, I'm changing my color. This is terrible.
Change color quick.
Changing my color.
Send
That
your
changes
digital
your
dice to
dice.
digital dice jail.
Pretty much.
Okay. 1 second. Okay.
I don't like that.
10 minutes pass. The spell
How
completes.
stealthy can a dragon be?
Spell completes. Evander, you look forward. And you, after completing the spell, you read the following. Brother of Delzoun, woe has befallen us. Do Mathoin guard our heart now. I will paste this for you.
See, that's basically what I said, guys.
It's
This is
most certainly cryptic.
absolutely nothing about dragons. At least not directly.
What if Delzoon is a dragon? You don't.
That's why I said directly.
Or what if Dumathoin is a dragon?
What if they're both dragons?
What if everybody's
out of
a
character, I
dragon?
know so many things, and I want
You
to
do.
say them. Doesn't. She doesn't. She is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
What if we're all dragons, guys? I mean,
And
I
see,
kind
none
of
of
am.
you-
What if we were the dragons the whole time?
None of you are really religious characters either, so
I have
And-
proficiency in religion.
No.
do you?
Yeah, I have proficiency in all intelligence-based skills.
Wizards know all the nerd shit.
That's true.
Hey, I
I'm
have it
actually
too.
proficient
Oh,
in
do you?
religion, but I
Oh,
wouldn't
right. Yeah.
necessarily say I'm proficient in dwarven religion.
Okay. True.
I have a pious background.
Give me a history followed by a religion check, Evander.
Hey, you know who could have really helped us right now? That dwarf we left behind.
What dwarf?
I don't remember a dwarf.
You know, the one who always wanted money. We left him behind, but
Oh, that guy. I don't know that he would help us though. We'd have
for
to
money
pay
he
him.
would have.
We'd have to pay him, and I don't really feel like paying anybody to understand.
So, Evander,
Those are some bad rolls.
reaching back, you're having trouble with dwarven history, and you're struggling through it a little bit, and after a little bit, you start to think, wait, maybe it's not just dwarven history, but maybe it's more religion-based. So you start thinking about dwarven religions, and not just religions, but the gods. And you are able to recall Dumathoin as the dwarven god of secrets and the protector of the dead. Kind of taking this basically to understand that they're reaching out to this god of the dead to protect their lost souls in this realm that you're in, or this city you're in.
Sounds like things weren't going well.
Gods of dragons.
Well, considering there's like 2 feet of sand here now, and we're kind of in the entrance to a desert, probably a good guess.
There's totally not dragons here, guys.
Totally.
Totally not dragons.
There's totally not stone dragons out front through the gate we came through, apparently. Although I never saw them. Caelitis was scared of them, though.
Rightly
Okay.
so.
It's normal to be scared of dragons.
Okay,
Are
someone
you
lead
scared
me
of
to
me?
where I need to go next.
I'm gonna go back and pick up Caelitis.
Okay. You mean Evander?
Caelitis.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Evander.
Evander.
I throw each of the nerds over my shoulders. It's fine.
Just carry him, like firemen carry him.
Evander gets a fireman carry. Caelitis gets a princess carry. We already established this.
Yes, that is true. We did establish this.
I don't understand.
All right. Continuing onward, Caelitis, you do see a building off to the north. I need to see what that building is because I don't remember what it is.
I see a building.
Where
I
did
don't
everyone
know
go?
what it is.
I don't know what it is.
I just headed east.
As you take a look up to the north, you're able to see the standing fireplace in the far corner of it, and taking a peek in, you see the remnants of what looks like some stone cots and things of that nature, which you believe to be just a residence of this area here, though you don't see any of the creatures that once dwelled within.
Do I see as I get inside it?
As you
See
begin
anything
to
else of import?
step forward into this, take a quick look around the chambers, what is your passive perception?
15.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Take a quick look around the chamber. You notice that this is
11.
Oh. You notice that this is part of a 2-room building. And you do see some markings on the walls, nothing really outstanding or anything like the runes that were carved into the wall before. And then on the ground you see what looks like pieces of like a broken blade and some scattered stones and things of that nature.
Okay.
Come along, little Alicool. Come along.
Right behind you.
Dragon.
Just gonna stop here.
I'm just gonna stand.
Curious, how tall are you?
I think I put 6 foot. Sorry, it's been a while since I looked at that. Give me a second.
Alcool is now with you. Hopper and Evander.
Oh, 5'10".
Yeah, I'm gonna peek. We're gonna peek into.
All right, I'm about a
this one.
foot taller. I was just curious.
Okay.
I didn't think you were super short, because that would have been funny.
Just me leading you around.
It's like this 5'2" person leading the 6'10" person. Yeah, that would have been hilarious.
As you take a peek within the chamber that you're standing at, Hopper, there's pretty much nothing left of this aside from the western wall itself. In the corner of the wall, as you're kind of taking a peek in, you do see a large pile of dried wood, hay, and pieces and bits of sacks and clothes and things of that nature, along with some dead shrubbery. As you begin to walk around and kind of peek in, you do feel a slight tremor under your feet. Very, very slight. Caelitis, as you're standing here and you take a peek into the other chamber of this residence, you take a look around, and off to the east, you do see that a very heavy stone door remains still intact and closed in this. But within, you do find a very gruesome scene. A scorched human corpse laying on the ground, several months old, lying underneath bits and pieces of a dragon statue that had collapsed on top of it. As you take a look and look up into the ceiling, the roof has a giant hole embedded in it, which you're surmising is where the gargoyle probably fell from. Gargoyle and dragon statue being the same thing here, because gargoyle is a generic statue term.
Yes. And you said the body was scorched?
Yes.
Crushed.
Hmm?
Was it crushed by the gargoyle or just scorched underneath the rubble of it?
I don't know. You can give me an investigation check if you want to get up close to it. You like the phrasing of that?
A little ominous. Bronze Avenger, I see something up here.
Quickly rushes up to your side. Yes, what is it?
There appears to be a dead body.
He looks around the corner. Oh my. Well, that's odd. Certainly doesn't look dwarvish.
Yeah, or that old. But let me take a closer look.
I'll keep an eye on things out here.
I appreciate it.
As you kind of lean forward, you take a look at the body itself. You notice the individual is wearing robes, but you're not able to really discern much. Like, parts of the robe is completely charred and burnt. Like, you know how like some cloth, it kind of crumbles up and like hardens at the end whenever it gets melted or things? That's kind of what's happened to the cloth on this individual. You see some of the skin is charred and burnt to a crisp. But otherwise, you're not able to really see anything worthwhile here as you're taking a look.
Yep, it's a dead body, all right. Shall we continue on?
Yeah,
did it just die from the statue, or?
It has char marks on it.
That's concerning.
It's kind of how Evander's skin looked whenever he got hit by lightning breath.
Not wrong.
So we should be careful.
Yes, we should.
Also, it's probably about this time Hopper's gonna take out her potion and gesture to Evander to do the same thing.
Yeah, he'll take out the potion of lightning resistance.
I'm gonna see if I notice them doing that.
Yeah, give me a perception check, because they're just... Well, do you have dark vision?
He has dark vision.
You should be, yeah, you'd definitely be able to see it
I
then.
have super dark vision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna gesture to everyone who can see so they can pass it along to their blind person.
I'm gonna pull mine out and turn around and show it to Alakul. You need to take this.
How long does it last?
Not long. Don't take it yet.
It should be an hour, right?
Yes. Potion of protection from energy should last 1 hour.
Oh.
So it's up to you.
How big is this area? Are we?
You don't even know if they're in this area. To be fair.
That's...
Evander is just going to ready an action to drink it as soon as he hears the dragons.
Yeah, I mean we're seeing signs of somebody who got killed by being burned with lightning. So,
Well, let's all have it out at the
I'll have it ready
to drink this.
Oh, I've had it ready.
Yeah, I'd rather not waste an action during combat trying to drink it. And pre-game buffs
action.
are important.
Bonus action to quaff a potion.
Yeah, but I could be using bonus actions to do things like action surge.
Action surge is just the thing you do.
Action surge.
Don't tell them how to use my double bonus action when I action surge. Maybe I want to do other things.
Healing
Harper.
wind twice.
Yeah, I could healing wind twice. You don't know. I might offhand something.
Offhand healing wind.
Mm-hmm.
Offhand healing.
He's gonna-
Holy shit.
He's gonna offhand yeet his dragon potion.
Yep. I'm gonna yeet this dragon slaying dagger that I stole from Bingo's.
Got him.
Evander, Hopper, did you find anything?
No.
Yeah, you just said it was empty, right? There wasn't anything here.
Aside from the bramble and brush and stuff that you guys get a glance of down to the southwest corner of the room.
Nothing
No.
in here.
No, Kale, I didn't find anything.
Alakul and I are gonna move forward up to this rock and kind
Yes,
of glance
we are.
around it.
I'm keeping a sharp eye out.
I'm gonna move to this south rock and just drag Evander along for me because I know he can't
Oh,
see
I'm
me.
losing sight of people. We're getting too spread.
No,
Like
This is
if you
this
can
is
see,
fine.
if you
This
can
is
see
fine.
me, that's fine. I can see the others.
Yeah, we can see each other.
Chat.
Scoot Evander down so he's not out in the open. I would keep him behind cover as much as possible.
Chat, you notice I'm not asking them about
What
their
are those?
stealth
like
checks
pillars.
because they're no
That's what I
longer
was
being
thinking.
stealthy. They haven't for many, many feet.
the terrain seems to be changing up ahead of me.
Let's see.
It does in
Caelitis.
fact look like it's changing.
As you begin to peek forward into the chamber that's here, almost nothing is left standing of this. The walls are so badly eroded by the sand and the passage of time that they've begun to collapse all around the building. No roof over top of it. As you take a look within, you do find several scribblings along the wall. Same kind of lettering that you had experienced earlier. Unable to really make out any of the details of what are written within. Yep. Hopper and Evander haven't really reached anything new yet for me to identify.
I do see that bridge, though.
Acarius, tell Evander there's more writing up here.
Evander, I think there's more writing up there. By the little one.
I don't know where that is.
That's why I'm here. I'm gonna guide him north.
Okay.
I don't know where he is beyond that.
Hi.
Oh, there he is. Okay, around the other side.
It's just red tiefling pokes his head out. Hi.
And he gets stabbed. Ah, god damn it.
Only half.
I bring him around the corner so he can see.
Okay. Yep. As you begin to walk forward, you do see, again, some dwarven writing. Unfortunately, this is nothing of importance. As you're looking at it, it looks mostly as if it's docking and cargo fees, as if this was the dock office.
Well, Evander?
If have 10 minutes passed? Because if not, I believe the spell should still be active.
Oh no, you've got an hour.
Oh, less than an hour. So yeah, I'll touch the wall and read it.
Okay. Did you not hear what I had said?
No, I actually didn't.
Okay. As you're taking a look and trying to figure out what all of this says, it really doesn't reveal anything. This is a kind of like a dock and cargo manifest of sorts, like all spread out, and like details of like travel points and ports of call and things of that nature.
It's an old cargo manifest.
Oh, well, that's not useful.
No, it really isn't.
Off to the east, two very large, immense stone docks protrude through the sand, extending out over a 30-foot cliff. The docking bridges are severely damaged, but otherwise look fairly safe to traverse. Flanking either side of the southernmost dock, two ships sticking out of the sand below. One capsized, the other one broken in half.
I think I see the docks. Fogelos.
Begins to walk forward, kind of taking a look. Yeah, these are definitely the docks, but I don't see the dragons.
Maybe they left. Wait here for everyone else.
Yeah, we'll move up to this pillar over here.
Okay.
Can someone please move me?
Are the docks to our
Right
east?
to this pillow. Or
Yes.
pillar.
Okay.
Yep.
To your northeast right now. Or, well,
Okay.
one is.
Thank you. Because that's for me and not Alakul.
Yep.
Whispering out loud. Anyone see anything?
No. Oh, you're probably not asking me.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, not currently.
Very carefully, I am going to tiptoe onto the dock bridge thingy.
Okay. Stable under your feet.
It's like the perfect spot for a dragon to
As you
attack
peer
us.
out, you begin to see the edge of a very, very massive ship off to the far, far east. As you look down, you kind of glance down towards the ground where the side of the ship has kind of dug itself in. You do see a hole punctured through the side of it, as well as another hole on the actual top, or the technically the bottom of the ship itself, puncturing through the top, letting some of the moonlight down into the chambers.
So it's capsized, it's upside down?
It is.
Okay.
It is the capsized one.
Come back. A ship up there with a hole to enter it. Maybe, unfortunately, a good place for a dragon slayer to be.
I think I see the edge of one down south too.
I'll pull out my hempen rope and start tying it off onto this pillar. I'm assuming this is like a small pillar or something?
Yeah, it's just a small pillar at the side. Kind of like almost like a stone lamppost of sorts.
Seems structurally sound enough to tie something to?
Take a look at it and give it a kind of push and check it, and yeah, pretty solid.
Well, kind of hold the rope up to Hopper. We could climb down here and go investigate the ship.
Sure, sounds good. I'll tie the rope off and go down first.
Acarius, this way.
I will drag Alakul along with me up here.
Okay.
Wait for Hopper to go down and then Evander so that he can see, kinda.
I shall rappel gracefully.
Thud.
You had to say
Called it.
something. You had to say
Called
something.
it.
You had to say something.
I called it.
I don't
Is
know
it
what
like
happened.
a sheer cliff or is it like a slanting drop?
It descends down. It's not like a cliff, but it's just slowly. It's kind of like a beachside, you know, how, like going down into the ocean at just a slow grade down in. It's kind of the same thing here.
Well, and I just go down carefully. I don't even need the athletics because, yeah, fuck that one.
So,
No, you rolled it. You tripped.
I mean, with the rope, it's only a DC 5.
So you guys have been traveling for a while. And if you were being stealthy, you haven't been saying anything about it.
I think we kind of gave up after a while.
I don't think that
Now
half
my-
of the party can be stealthy, so I just wasn't trying.
I mean, here, you want to see this? Here, let me try. Oh, look.
We double our efforts now that we're close to a ship.
Oh, look, I tried.
Oh,
I mean,
Jesus Christ.
It's worth testing.
Yeah.
How are they
Hey!
Hey.
I'm the stealthiest.
Are you, though?
I have mithril armor, so it's not at disadvantage.
Lucky. I forgot about that.
I like how I went from a nat 1 to a 20.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we need to shove something in between the plates of my armor. That might help.
You're able
Probably
to make
not,
your
though.
way down the embankment here, down into what you can tell used to be a lake bed of sorts, a very, very large, or a seabed. Out to the far east, you still see the ship, the hole punctured into the side of it. The ship itself lies bottom up, presenting a very towering, curved hull that rises more than 30 feet above the hot sand that you stand on. The peak of the hull extends just 7 feet below the dock off to the south, as Icarius had begun to see, with a very large hole off to the north of the top of the ship, and a small opening in the western side of the hull itself, located here.
Oh, so we have 2 options to get inside this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do we go ground level or do we go in from the top? Or bottom, depending on how you look at it. We are already down here.
We are already down here. I don't think we need to make any more noise trying to climb up.
Very well. Start making my way towards the hole as quietly as tieflingly possible.
Mm-hmm.
Which isn't very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody do a stealth check again.
Okay.
Again?
Every 30 feet.
Okay.
I'm slightly less stealthy.
Is there a point?
There is a point.
Apparently there is a point. Because I just significantly improved my stealth. By
Careful.
4.
Learning. Oh wait, is this not a hole?
This? Yep, that is.
Oh, it is. Okay. I'm seeing much bigger holes.
Oh yeah, there are several.
Ship's seen better days.
I didn't realize this was a ship. It's gigantic.
It's fucking huge.
It's gonna be huge.
Dwarves have to compensate.
As Caelitis, as you begin to approach, you begin to hear the sound of a very deep snarl.
Uh-oh. We're F.
I'm freezing, not moving. Do I see anything?
Give me a perception check.
Hey, drink that potion.
Fuck's sake, come on, dice!
Oh my god.
You see nothing. Take a peek inside, into the darkness. You look around. Your vision going out quite far. You're not seeing anything.
I hear something.
As you stand there,
Fuck.
Oh no.
1 second.
Hovering over the deck saving throw.
It was nice knowing you.
Yeah.
In the back of your head, you hear a voice.
Shit.
Evil are the two of blue which plague this desert. They care not for who you are, and respect not those that enter. They will slay you indiscriminately. My people once attempted to stand against a blue dragon to save our land. The Tyrant King, as he was referred to force our people from our home, the tyrant sent his cultists to our cities, demanding our cooperation in light of the destruction of our people. I chose to stand against him, using our forces to slay the cultists who stood at our gates to send the dragon a message. We will not abide the slaughter of our realm. My people would suffer for my actions that day, for it was just a trap. These cultists were weapons, sent by the Tyrant King because he knew I would not stay my hand. They brought with them a plague deeply rooted in their bodies. Our city was torn asunder by this plague, dwindling our numbers and diminishing our militia. I couldn't save them. But the children of the desert, even though they will not allow you safe passage, you must take them on. Venture forth quietly, without the dragons taking notice, or fight to save your lives and your companions. This, again, is your trial. This is your moment. Now is your time. Use me to help guide you in your time of need.
Assuming I recognize this voice.
Mm-hmm. Which you do.
Okay. Kind of step away from the entrance very quietly. I heard something. The voice again. Talk to me. They're close by. We either have to sneak or fight them.
I look where I think Alakul is.
If we're gonna sneak, we'd have to leave.
Are we even capable of sneaking through here, guys?
That's what I'm thinking. Is that if we try and sneak, we're just going to be discovered. Or the other option is to only send the sneaky ones in, and I'd rather just go in there and fight them.
How about this? I don't want to go in there and fight them in confined space.
We could just burn the ship.
Actually, you do want to fight them in a confined space because if they can fly, it's much harder to deal with them.
I can't hit a flying creature, guys.
Yes, that's why we should fight inside.
This is actually our most optimal hunting ground. If their maneuverability is limited.
Okay.
Harper, I think that's the smartest thing I've ever heard you say.
I know, I have a few moments.
That's pretty harsh.
Okay.
Is it?
Well,
She has a 7 intelligence.
I'm gonna. I could hear like the low rumble of a dragon. Like that seems pretty noticeable. Like I would know what that is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
definitely.
you heard the dragon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at least one of them is inside the ship. I think we should all get ready.
Let's go get him.
Can I cast light yet?
No.
I will make sure we can all see when it starts.
I'm ready.
Evander's holding his potion very shakily.
I am going to Let's see. Let me read this again. The effects of the banner is attached. Blah 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 blah. The effect lasts for 10. Once the banner has been unfurled and planted in the ground, that requires an action, right?
Mm-hmm. To plant it.
Okay. And it is everyone within. Actually, it doesn't give me a radius.
I have the spell
Okay.
details, and I will show it to you once.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to drink my potion.
Okay.
Potion of lightning resistance. And I'm going to pull out the standard. Say, I think now is the time to use this. So, kind of looking around at those that can see me. Whenever you're ready, let's go.
So we're taking them and going in?
Drink up. I'm sure this boat doesn't need an hour to navigate. Cough.
God, I hope not, because I just drank my potion.
Okay.
Drink
it up.
Drink.
Bottoms up. Cheers. Link.
And I am not going first.
I mean, I
Harper
would go
will go
first, but I
first.
can't see shit.
Hopper's going in. She can see. And her stealth usually isn't bad.
That's the other thing. My stealth is bad.
It usually isn't bad, except for when it is.
Mine is pretty much guaranteed to be bad.
So, Hopper, what's the marching order here?
I am last.
Hopper, Alec Cool should go next, following behind Hopper.
Sure.
Okay.
Hopper, guide me.
I feel like Acarius next, and then me and Evan are in the back.
Caelitis
two
is
squares
now in
north.
charge of guiding Evander.
Hold on to my cloak. Bronze Avenger, we're about to start.
Okay. Here we go.
Yes, maybe you should no longer be a halfling.
Oh.
Damn.
Wow, that's racist.
Oh, what's that?
Where did I go?
Well, I don't know.
Right.
Far right?
Straight to the right.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I'll ping it just a second.
Oh, fun.
Those are bones.
That's a big set of bones.
Through this chamber.
They weren't magic ships at all. They were just fish.
Through this chamber rises the yellowed bones of a purple worm, nearly 20 feet in diameter. This unorthodox decoration has yet to be removed, and as a result, the inside of this vessel permeates with the sickly smell of decay.
Right.
Little else remains inside, save for the glimmer of gold and jewels off to the far south end of the ship. The reverberation of chittering that echoes through the hull, and the snore of a dragon resting beneath the remains of the worm. And
Oh, shit.
that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
I don't like it.
I don't know what's happening.
There's a big dragon. He's a big boy or girl.
I
that's
just looked at stream.
tiny.
Yeah.
Yep. We're right next to it. Dope.
Yep, I can actually see that? Question mark?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right in front of them.
Right next to me.
Havoc, I updated the standard so you can see what the standard actually does for you.
Boo-doo-boo-boo. Oh, hi. Oh, okay. Neat.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it's good. Because otherwise we're in trouble.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. Shit. Okay.
that
means
this fight into perspective for you, doesn't it?
Oh man.
We're dead, aren't we?
Are we dead?
It's gonna be fun.
Oh, God, I wish I had like Bobble or something so I could go much further than I actually can. I need to get close and then run the fuck away. Well, we're gonna have extra healing.
And don't forget, the dragon is still snoring, so there is that.
Stabby, stabby.
I cast Vitriolic Acid.
Yeah.
Sneak attack, smite.
Too bad you're on a rogue.
If you were
Right?
a rogue, though.
Rogue paladin.
Rogue champion fighter paladin.
Lit.
Just 1920 crits and then massive crit damage.
It's what Guy Everyman would have become.
It's true. I was working towards it. You just didn't know it.
Yeah.
All right.
So, guys, what are your next characters?
I have so many ideas.
I don't know. Swashbuckler.
Definitely a
Let's all
full
be
swashbuckler team.
swashbucklers.
Let's all just be pirates.
Let's be ghost pirates of this ship.
You guys want to die session 1. Got it.
Yeah, let's say, there would be an immediate.
I mean, you'd have to be able to hit all of us because we just poke the things and then everybody
Run.
scatters.
Everybody
Everybody
in
just
your
scatters
shower.
in directions.
Come 1v1 now.
Everyone stabs the guy and then just shouts 1v1 me.
1v1 me,
scatter.
rust only, nerd. Rust only.
All
right.
Yeah, I'm gonna post what the standard does so y'all know.
Oh dear. I'm scared.
Can I do that, or should I wait until
It's
the
up
next
to
session?
you. It's up to you.
I mean, I don't care. I want my teammates to know this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh shit.
Okay, it's in our chat. That's healing.
I will say I'm glad I decided to go Evoker because I'm going to be casting a lot of AoEs in a tight space.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually pretty cool banner.
Mm-hmm. I think that's
Yeah.
just one part of it too.
Yeah, we each have a trial based on what I've understood from Cryptic Miriana,
Yep.
which I wrote down as much paraphrasing a few parts of it of the speech you prepared. So at least I'm taking note.
And
So
some
we
of
each
it.
have a trial to unlock a part of the banner for us,
And
that's Caelitis's.
like with Caelitis is learning why his mark of the healer is important, because that was part of the story, was her explaining that she couldn't save her people. She went in headstrong thinking it was best to attack, and she should have defended and healed her city and protected them, and this is her means of redemption. That's kind of the story that you're getting out of the banner. It's kind of a two-part story. It's that banner, or the sentient being, trying to redeem themselves at the same time as provide you with something that is meaningful to your character.
Yeah.
Dope.
All right. So
All
yeah,
right.
2 weeks. We know what's coming.
And we're all gonna probably die again. It's fine though.
That's fine.
You keep saying again, but I think only one of us has died and come back.
Yeah.
And I'm not letting
True.
that happen again. I'm not gonna lie, if it comes down to it, Evander will dip.
Fuck your Revivify.
All right.
18th. Yeah, I should have nothing, so I should be good for next session. Yay.
Yay. All right. So with that, we'll go ahead and end tonight's session then. Say bye, stream.
Cool.
Alright.
Bye,
Bye,
stream.
Bye,
Stream.
All right, guys.